So first things first, those wanting to build long-term property portfolios. So the good thing about this is it doesn't barbecue too much of your cash flow. And because of that, you can often sometimes, if very lucky, get a very good total return. So long-term capital growth plus gross rental yield can be very good, and it'll support longer-term purchases. Trust and company buyers. So I'm sure everyone knows, but just speak to an accountant or broker about self-servicing entities. Dual income and multi-income properties are good for that. They do turn generally cash flow positive quicker, so they can help you exclude servicing and debt at the same time, which is very good. Long-term holder investors. So I don't recommend these for shorter-term holders, but longer-term is good because it does take care of you and it does lower the risk the longer you hold it, which is good. Extended families is another one. So people who want shared spaces with other family members, shared, locations, but want their own kind of, smaller part, they're really good for things like this as well. They are very, very good for this. I know plenty of people in Sydney, even in Sydney's eastern suburbs, who live in very, very expensive houses, and basically one of each of the kids and their families live on each level and the parents live on the other level. They've pretty much won the golden lottery, the golden, Willy Wonka factory ticket, in my opinion, having that in their life. But good on them. There's nothing wrong with them having that. So those sorts of dwellings are popular among extended families. It's going to become more popular as assets become more expensive. Finally, the other ones that I'd say who are good to buy assets like this as well, I'd be saying those who want cash flow whilst owning a property. So you get these owner-occupiers even sometimes who, buy a house and they want to either Airbnb a second dwelling out, or they just want to lease it maybe to a close friend or family member who wants to get on their feet, or just have a little bit of income coming in whilst they're owning their property. And it helps them a little bit whilst they, get to live where they want to and that kind of thing. So that's another type of person that does suit a dual or multi-income property. People who want cash flow whilst owning properties. On the contrary, who shouldn't buy these? And the list is shorter, but quite important to know this. So first things first, short-term investors. Do not buy this, because if you're a short-term investor, I'm telling you right now, you'll pay a premium for the property. And if you want to either pull out equity, you will pay it does not necessarily a massive premium, but you'll pay a semi-premium for the property. And in 10 years, generally valuers will if you want to pull equity out, they'll value it closer to the median. And then secondly as well, the resale price it'll grow to the suburb median, but it won't do better than it generally. So that's just something you need to consider on these kinds of properties. Secondly, those who do not like sharing space, do not buy this if you're expecting either a tenant or yourself to share space with someone else, because the whole idea of a dual or multi-income dwelling is that a space is commonly shared. And now, it doesn't mean the dwelling is shared. It could mean the driveway is shared. It could mean the lawn is shared. It could mean the mailboxes, not necessarily are shared, but you have Unit 1 and Unit 2 right next to each other. And there will be cases where the postie drops in the wrong mailbox. If you don't like that shit, don't buy this, because that will happen. I personally have this, and I'm telling you right now, this is exactly what happens in these sorts of properties. So don't buy it if that's you. Finally, time-poor professionals. I'll put brackets in this to say people expecting no maintenance or no issues, set and forget kind of dual income properties. Dual income properties always have a little bit more maintenance than others. It's not a lot. It'll generally be within 10%. They will always have more maintenance than others. So if you're someone who doesn't want to have to do more in terms of reply to your property manager or fix things more, don't use a dual income property, because there will be cases where things will happen more regularly. So a good example might be your pipe work. It will become blocked more often than not because you've got two sets of people putting all the crap down it, going out to the main. Same as stormwater, there'll be more crap going towards the main. Same as even, for example, it might be very simple things such as the gate. There'll be more than one person going through it, so it's used more, therefore it wears more. So if you're someone who wants a complete set and forget kind of property, don't buy this stuff. I'm telling you, do not buy it right now, because it is exactly what you were going to get. It is more common than not that this will happen. But obviously there's a trade-off. You do get more income and you probably have a better cash flow. But if you're the person who doesn't want more to do not buy this asset. That's another person who shouldn't buy this sort of asset.